I know who I'm insta-locking when I get home.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen that a few times. I still don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. She's just there. Stuff appears, lines on the floor, and then just kills.
I know it's beautiful.
It is really well designed.
It really is.
There is a wall hacking element
Yes,
to that,
there
I
is.
feel like.
Yes, there is.
Yep.
Yeah,
there is. The funny part is they're on stage after. They're already thinking about, like, Optic is thinking about the next moment, and they've seen clips like that. Remember they were reacting?
Optic are thinking about champions. They're thinking about new comps that they want to
How do we get
implement.
Fade in there? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Doug, you might not know what's going on, but there's a couple of people that can answer those questions for you. It's time to take an even more in-depth look at Fade. I believe Saisha, Brennan Bala, you guys had a chat with the developers.
Who?
Well, the party never stops. By the power of teleportation, I have whisked Brennan Bala away from the desk, and we're joined by some fantastic guests. I mean, the people that know the most about something like this. We've got ourselves John and Nick from the development team over there in LA. How's it going? Could you hear us over there? It's so far away.
We can totally hear you from all the way over here. The power of technology is absolutely amazing.
There you go. Can you give us a quick rundown, just a brief overview of the agent and the kit, just to kick us off?
Yeah, I can take that, yeah. Fade is an initiator, and she will be bringing similar outputs to Sova in terms of recon, with a little bit of her own unique twist, and we hope that you can't hide from her.
We've seen that a lot of her kit revolves around the trails. So I wanted to get your perspective and learn a little bit about how that works, because it seems complex to me.
Yeah, that's a great question. So the trails, they work basically like the opponents will leave trails once they get affected by certain abilities from Fade, specifically her signature and her ultimate, and then wherever they leave, they'll leave this trail in which both Fade and her allies can see. And that will usually give you information on a longer tail information that lasts around 12 seconds to be able to make a call or a play on where an opponent is, even if you don't have, Sova's level of wall hacks. In many examples, if somebody could leave a location and they could go left or right, you can know exactly where they win. I think that's information that's going to be powerful.
One element of the kit that I was wondering about as well, because a lot of agents, they have some form of counterplay with the kit being breakable. How much of Fade's kit can you destroy on the opposing side of it?
Yeah, there are two components of Fade's kit that you can destroy. Her creature, you can destroy before it gets to you, and then her haunt, which is her signature. It's much like a reveal dart from Sova. A bit different in how it's placed, but it is also destructible before it can ever reveal you. But the other components of her kit are not destructible.
So you've got this prowler that's going out. It's a big cat. You've got the recon that you've talked about as well. Then there's the tether and the ultimate. Can you walk me through those final two as well?
Yeah, so the tether, we're calling it Seize. It's a grenade-like ability that will, when it explodes and hits the floor, it'll create a zone, and if the enemies are caught in the zone, a shadowy hand will grab their leg and restrict their movement for a brief amount of time. And it'll also deafen them, as I talked about before, so we're hoping it's a really scary feeling of being effectively trapped and you can't hear anything. So you don't know when they're going to swing or if a raised nade is coming, etc. Like, you just don't know exactly where to go. So that's the Seize. And then the ultimate, Nightfall, very similar to Reach's ultimate in the sense that it creates a gigantic rolling wave forward. But the difference is that it'll trail enemies it overlaps or hits, and also deafen them and decay them. So you'll take 75 HP damage immediately, but the HP will start going back up right as it happens. So it's kind of like surviving a nightmare if you can live through the whole thing. But they have a lot of they're on a time pressure to come and get you.